Tainos Stories presents the 40 years of wars between the Tainos and the Spaniards. By 1511, the Spanish government was already enslaving the Tainos and exploiting them through the encomienda system. Everything produced in Puerto Rico was sent to Europe by Spain. In the official reports, the Tainos who obeyed the crown were called Tainos, but those who rebelled against the Spanish government were recorded as Caribs. To make the crown believe that the local population was submissive and wanted to be assimilated voluntarily. That same year, the Spaniards received ships with weapons, horses, and hunting dogs to organize raids on the large chiefdoms. It was then that the warrior caciques decided not to wait any longer and to rise up. Several battles began under the cry of Guasabara. In February of 1511, according to the reports, in Añasco, Yagueca, in Mayagüez, Utuado, Loíza, and Humacao. The resistance was led by Agüey Banatun, who was called the Brave One, with allied caciques such as Urayoan, Mabodamaca, and Guarianex, between others. They attacked the Capara settlement and the mining estates. Then the Spaniards responded by attacking the chiefdom of Yagueca in Mayagüez with horses and trained dogs in a decisive battle. There, Agüey Banasecun was eliminated by a shot from an arquebus, according to the chronicles, although the rebellion did not end. In the year 1512, Juan Ponce de León continued with the raids into the interior of the island. In Utuado, the cacique Mabodamaca was captured, and his chiefdom was enslaved. Many Tainos fled and took refuge in the mountain range. In the year 1513, in Loíza, the Spaniards eliminate the cacique Jaimanio and forced the cacica Yuisa to marry Pedro Mejías, the right-hand man of Ponce de León. The caciques of Vieques and Culebra, Casimar, and Yaurebo brought their warriors to rescue Yuisa, but Yuisa and Casimar were eliminated in battle. Yaurebo managed to escape and alert other caciques. The Taino warriors then attacked the Spanish town of Capara, destroying the residence of Bishop Alonso Manso and the local church. To justify the defeat, the Spaniards falsely reported to the crown that Diego Colón was in San Germán preparing a surprise attack. In 1514, the Tainos attacked the settlements of Naguabo and Humacao, arriving by canoe along the coast to liberate the enslaved. They carried empty canoes so that other Tainos could escape by sea. They burned estates and freed prisoners, although they were repelled by Spanish forces. In 1521, similar attacks took place in Daguao, which includes the area of the Luquilo mountain range from El Yunque to Naguabo. In 1521, similar attacks took place in Daguao, comprising the Luquilo mountain range from El Yunque to Naguabo, and in Humacao, with dwellings set ablaze and captives freed. That same year, Taino canoes entered through the mouth of the Bayamon River, where they freed African and indigenous slaves and attacked the colonial infrastructure near San Juan. In 1530, about 500 Taino warriors attacked the northern region, arriving in canoes from Vieques and Culebra, burning estates and freeing African and indigenous slaves. In 1567, a major assault took place in San Germán, west, so severe that it led to the relocation of the town to a new site in 1573. In 1576, another attack took place in Humacao. During this event, the Spaniard Luisa de Navarrete was captured and taken to Vieques, though the chroniclers say Dominica, where she married a cacique who was called Carib because he was a warrior, although in reality he was a Taino. In 1580, Luisa de Navarrete was found again in Salinas, healthy and in good spirits. She had not been harmed and was wearing Taino clothing. Many episodes of wars between the Tainos and the Spaniards were not recorded in colonial documents. Documents from 1517 mention that a third part of the Indians was in rebellion. The Taino population was reduced by disease, slavery, and wars, but it did not disappear entirely. It was forcibly assimilated through baptisms and name changes, recorded as mestiza or mulata, to erase it as Taino. In reality, it continued to exist under new identities imposed by the government. Meanwhile, in Spain, the monarchs allied themselves with Juan Rodriguez de Fonseca, a cleric and royal advisor from a noble family tied to the church. But as we already explained in another episode, in the medieval period, the leaders of the Catholic Church were not necessarily people of faith or religious vocation. Many were sons of wealthy families without inheritance, sent into the military, government, or the church to seize lands and riches that were supposed to belong to the government or to the church itself. The Rodriguez de Fonseca family was a clear example of this. Juan's father, Pedro de Fonseca, was a nobleman loyal to the crown of Castile. His mother, Inés de Ulloa, came from a Galician noble family. His uncle, Alonso de Fonseca Tamizar, was Archbishop of Seville, and his cousin, Alonso de Fonseca II, was also an archbishop. The Fonsecas were highly influential figures in the church and Castilian politics. In this way, Juan Rodriguez de Fonseca became the cleric and economic advisor to the Queen. Fonseca stood out as an administrator, organizing the economic monopoly of the Americas through the Casa de la Contratación, the Indies fleets, and the Council of the Indies, always in service of the Catholic monarchs. With these institutions, Spain controlled trade with the islands of the Antilles and the Americas, including Boricain, Puerto Rico, imposing economic systems that brought misery to Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, and to the settlers living on the island, while Spain grew wealthy from its natural resources. Follow us to learn more about the economic monopoly during the Spanish colonial era, because the Tainos are still here, preserving our history.